Hey, welcome MOBO-Media. Hey, this is my man Markel, my nephew. I'm Eric Brown. As I told y'all, we would have some content dropping, and so I asked Markel to come down here from Fort Worth to Austin so we could just start videoing. I think the longer we wait, the longer we keep quality content from you guys. And so with that, Markel, my nephew, I knew him coming up and everything. But our journey has been different, and I let him explain some of his journey to you up until where we are today. So Markel, have at it, man.
Man, thank you for having me on, man.
Already, man.
I'm proud to be here.
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man, come down, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's been all love, since I came down, man. And opportunity, man, just to, hit the media just, on a global level, man. Just kind of bring you guys some insight to some of our views and, just about the world, about locally, state, and national, man. And I'm proud to be here. Like again, my name is Markel Caraway, man. A little bit about myself, man. I'm a proud father, proud husband, man. I've just been, on this journey of life, just figuring it out like all of you guys out there, but for the most part, it's just experience with life, man, on this journey. Man, proud to be a part of it. I appreciate you, man.
That's what's up. How old are you, man?
I'm 27, man. I'll be 28 in December.
27. This man is talking like this right now. That lets you know where this man is on his journey. You know what I'm saying? I'm 54 years old, man. So I'm him twice. You feel me? 27 times 2?
Yes,
54.
Yes, sir.
I'll be 55 this year, but hey, man, I feel like a young man.
Yes, sir.
My journey started obviously in Fort Worth, come from the mud, Riverside, Berry, Butler Housing Projects, Glass Key.
Everywhere.
All over. All over Fort Worth. So anybody ask me where I'm from in Fort Worth, I have to tell them Fort Worth, because all of it is, I was raised in all parts of it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But at some point in Fort Worth, I was an inquisitive child, and so I was always wondering about this and wondering about that. I would go downtown by myself. So long story short, I ended up joining the Air Force as a way out because I came to a fork in the road. A lot of bad things were going on in Fort Worth. So I had to make a decision on which direction I wanted to go in, man. So I went in the direction of the Air Force. And after that, went into state government, resigned from state government. And I'll talk about that at some other video. Damn good reason for resigning. But now I work with the feds, do consulting work, and do a couple other things on the side to include advocacy for veterans, advocacy for, the elderly or anybody that just, need help out there, man. That's what I'm here for. And so right now I'm at a point now where I'm just looking at the next stage of my life. And so that's when me and Markel come in, man, to try to, everything I've learned, everything he's learned, even on this journey, we just want to give it back to y'all. We're not perfect, we're not experts, but we are folks that have seen some things out there. And I think us sharing those things with y'all, there is some benefit to it.
Yes, sir.
So
just I think it'll be a good thing to kind of bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Because and on your level, of connecting and being in the field of nationally, dealing on high end services, basically like in areas that may be a little bit advanced for civilians.
Right.
I think that'll be good for them. That'll be good porch for them to basically just kind of, for all of us actually, just to kind of, like I said, bridge the gap and hip you guys to what goes on in the world, because believe it or not, you may just think you just old town, small town, guy just living life, but believe it or not, man, your life is just as important as anybody else in the world.
Absolutely.
We all connected as one. We all can impact one another by the things that we're doing. So, I'm from Carter Park. I was born and raised in Carter Park. My single mother, my mother is a single mother. She raised me and my brothers up, trying to give us a better opportunity in life. We ended up moving all over Fort.
What's Carter Park, man? What part of Fort Worth Carter Park?
Carter Park, man, it's kind of in between. You want to say maybe right there next to Rolling Hills, kind of going into right there off Seminary.
Okay.
35, kind of like going into the south side.
Okay.
Right a little bit outside of the south side, probably like some of the Fort Worth native, y'all know what it is, right by OD Wide,
right,
in those areas. So it's it's still Fort Worth.
So for the folks that don't know Fort Worth, how far would you say Carter Park is from, let's say, AT&T Stadium?
AT&T, man, that probably ain't nothing but probably like a 20-minute, 30-minute
Right,
drive.
right. So that means you right there in the
You
metroplex.
right there in the metroplex. So
Yeah.
you ain't really too far from there. So, but yeah, man, growing up in that neighborhood, being from a kid,
Right.
from a kid standpoint, like all the way from I say about 5, 7, man, just playing in the neighborhood. It's like old time, like old times.
Yeah.
Old times. You could go outside. Everybody know when.
I was gonna ask you that, man. So did y'all go outside and play like old days? You know what I'm saying?
Most of the time we got into all types of stuff. We was never in the house.
Okay.
So we was never in the house. Me and my brothers and cousins, man, we came up in one house. It was a point of time where we all lived in one house right there on Fair Park.
Oh wow!
With my grandmother.
Yeah, which is normal. Granddad's always raised a village. You know what I'm talking about?
A village. That's what take a village.
Absolutely.
Not only your grandparents and your people, but your neighbors is what
within their community,
within their community,
which we've gotten away from.
Yeah, we definitely got away.
We got away from that, man.
And that's what I can remember is man, being able to go down the street to Mr. Orange. Mr. Orange was a old school cat, man. I always sit outside his front yard just waving at us, man. Anytime, he say, y'all want to make a couple dollars, some change, y'all want some anything, man. He was always there as an elder,
That's all right, man.
Older guy. So,
but you consider him a mentor?
Yeah, I
you know what I'm saying?
I can consider him that.
Yeah.
But me being so young at the time when I lived, I never got a chance to just sit there and talk with him,
right?
Or him actually discipline us.
Yeah.
But it's a certain level of respect that an elder in the neighborhood. Okay, we gonna respect Mr. Orange, but everybody know him. Everybody know Mr. Orange.
Yeah.
Because he in the center of Fair Park. But
and he owns the neighborhood.
He
takes ownership of the community.
Takes ownership of the community. So it's like you ain't got no choice. But it ain't like now somebody say something maybe to other people say something to other people's children.
Yeah.
Some of the children's parents may be offended or
feel
like, oh, you can't say anything. Well, that's what I think. That's what Eric mean when you say we further away from that.
Yeah, man.
And I think, man, I think that's ridiculous, man. I think well, I understand it.
Right.
I understand everybody ventures off in their lifetime journey, and and I think what that's called is pioneering. And I learned about pioneering from a movie.
Okay.
And I'm that's where I first seen it, where they went into debt.
Yeah.
About certain people pioneering in other people's communities.
Right.
It's just not good,
Right.
Because of course moving into a neighborhood, you want to get acquainted with the neighbors.
Right.
Usually, when you see on movies or shows, the neighbor will bring you a welcome gift, like some cookies or a dish or something like that. Right. But this movie kind of went into basically how 20 years before, other people moved into this community.
Wow.
They already had a plan, a development how they wanted this community to go.
Really?
Because it was going to decrease in value.
Right.
So, unfortunately, the pioneers were the black community.
Okay.
The black people that were moving into, which was a white community. They were moving in, so they called the black people pioneers.
Okay.
So, but I thought that was really interesting because it showed how we can get in a space in life where we're successful.
Yeah.
And we want to move away from the community that we were born in.
Right.
And it's nothing wrong with that. I don't think if you want a better place where there's value in the construction or architecture, I think that's definitely a good thing.
It's growth, man.
Yeah, it's
growth.
What I'm saying? But
you don't wear the same pair of pants you did in 5th grade, do you?
I know.
So you're not gonna live in the same house, not gonna drive the same car, not gonna live the same neighborhood sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But moving away don't mean you're a sellout. And speaking of moving away, so is everybody know I'm rocking Fort Worth? Funky Town, you know what I'm saying?
1848.
Yeah, so my question to you is, I'm from Fort Worth, I'm from the mud, graduated Dunbar High School. What high school did you graduate from?
I actually graduated from North Crowley High School.
Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up. So yeah, that was actually North Crowley is actually still in Fort Worth District. Believe it or not, there's 76123 is the zip code area, and that's considered Fort Worth. But it is Crowley ISD, so
Okay.
it is the school district of Crowley.
Right.
But my mother, we eventually moved from Carter Park. We eventually moved from Carter Park to Brick and Ridge Apartments, right there across the street from ODY.
Okay.
So as my mother continued to level up in
Yeah.
life, she wanted better for us. Who wouldn't want better for their kids? Better schools, better education,
Better city.
better city. So
You know what I'm saying?
So I think that was definitely a great move for her. I got the opportunity to go and play football.
So let me ask you this, man, in general, man. So,
Okay.
I live in Austin, you know what I'm saying, but I never left Fort Worth.
Right.
We talk about growth, man. Sometimes you got to get outside of your comfort zone, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I've never left Fort Worth. It's still been in my heart.
Mhm.
But for you, Markel, good, bad, indifference, what do you think about your city of Fort Worth? Good, bad, or indifference?
Man, let's just start here, man. I love Fort Worth.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, you say anything else, I'm like, man, you got to go.
Yeah. Nah, for
You
real.
just talking about,
Man.
you got to bounce.
I mean,
Get on 35 and head north.
you for real though. Nah, but I just wouldn't be. I don't think I'll be who I am if I didn't.
Real talk, man.
Fort Worth is
Cowtown.
I mean, Cowtown, man. Anybody who dislike their city, of course, is for of course, it's their experience. But
Right,
man,
right.
It's really who made, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It's really
Yeah.
what made you.
That's
Their
right.
experiences, the people, whatever city you in.
Yeah.
The buildings you look at, even if they run down or of great structure,
Right.
it still made you. What
Yeah.
you view, your sight, what you, what I'm trying to say, what you visualized, at the time you were growing up in your city. I think that's what made you. All that. Is
Yeah,
made
what you visualize,
from the
man. I like that,
potholes
man.
from the
I like that.
potholes in the street.
Yeah. But you visualize something better, man.
Right,
So
right.
you hang in there and you try to help and be a productive citizen of your community.
Right.
Even though, we talk about one Fort Worth, but that's a whole nother subject. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
one Fort Worth. There's not one Fort Worth. You know
I
what I'm
think we
saying?
got some time till we get there, but I think it can definitely get there. I think
Yeah,
Fort Worth
absolutely.
got the potential to be one Fort Worth.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And I think
Absolutely.
it's also,
But the people at the top got to also have one way of thinking.
yeah.
Not just for their own little population segment of Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
They got to think about all of Fort Worth.
All
Because all of Fort Worth are taxpayers. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course.
You feel me?
Yeah,
So, they all got to be
of course.
on top, man. So, let me hit this real quick.